Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And when you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. So yes, 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video. The featured bot in this video is the brand new Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade. Now I picked this Barricade up at my local GameStop mainly because I was surprised. One, they had Transformer figures for once, and two, it was one that I didn't have. I pre-ordered Gamer Edition Optimus Prime. I really liked the looks of that one, but skipped out on Barricade and Bumblebee. But when I saw him on the shelf, money was burning a hole in my pocket, and I decided to pick him up. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. We've got Barricade himself behind the open window right there, so you can reach in and molest him if you want. Transformers on the side, plastic-free packaging, Barricade, some nice-looking art of Barricade right there. I think that is from the game. Side of the package, more of that same art, 02 Studio Series. Back of the package is product shots. We got Barricade in vehicle mode and robot mode. This side of the box is more of the artwork with a little D-pad right there. So now, without further ado, let's get Barricade opened up out of this packaging and check him out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, once you get Barricade all opened up and out of the packaging, you'll see he does come with a sheet of instructions that, as usual, is very well illustrated and easy to follow. He also comes with his little arm cannon, and he has this background that you can use for display purposes. So he's kind of standing there with a Cybertronian background there from the game. So if you have enough room on your shelf, you have that as a display option. I don't. That goes in the trash. And then, of course, we've got Barricade himself. In packaging, Barricade is very mistransformed, so you're going to have to fold the feet down, and this backpack section here is all flipped up like that. So you need to bring this down, and it collapses. You see that hole right there? It lines up to that peg on his back. So after you get that all secure, there you have your Barricade. And he actually looks pretty good. I mean, I'll admit it, I am a huge Barricade fan. He's the only good thing to come out of the Michael Bay movies, in my opinion. Now, this figure doesn't really look like Barricade, but I guess if they say it is, it is. Now, one problem right off the bat is Barricade here is very, very top-heavy, and he doesn't have any heel spurs whatsoever, and the feet on mine are just really, really loose, and they fall down on themselves. He's got these back panels right here, or back leg panels, that you're supposed to have over the foot, but I've been kind of locking them in behind the foot to kind of hold it in place a little bit, and it seems to work. So anyway, moving on to the figure itself, he doesn't look bad. I love the head sculpt. He's got this heavy metal Alice Cooper Zartan look to him that I dig. I love it. And face sculpt isn't too bad. Let's see. Can barely turn the head. That's one thing about this guy too. His joints are super tight, which is a nice, change of pace from what we normally get. Lots of paint applications, especially purple. You got purple behind the head there on the backpack. Purple for the chest. You got gray right here on the chest with a purple Decepticon insignia. And really, that's it for the paint applications. But what he does have really worked. Especially, I love the eyes. The eyes just look really cool. Lots of great molded detail on the figure. So yeah, he looks all right. It's been so long since I played the game, I can't remember if this is what he looked like, but I'm going to assume it is. Like I said, you just can't hold this guy up. Now, as far as articulation's concerned, the head should turn, but mine will not. So I don't know if he's a... Yeah, if I look in there, I can see that he's on a ball joint, but I can't for the life of me. I'm putting some pressure on this. I can't turn his head, so he's going to be looking forward. Arms can do a complete 360, but you kind of have to manipulate them around the backpack. Once again, super duper tight joints. And these are tight joints on ball joints, which is pretty impressive. There is a bicep rotation. There is a bicep bend. There is wrist rotation. And the hands are kind of disappointing because they're behind this little flap right there, that little section. So you really cannot manipulate the hands that well. Let's see, arms can go out and in slightly. There is a waist rotation, once again, nice and tight. Legs can go forward, they can go back, they can go out very, very slightly. There is a nice deep knee bend if you get this section here manipulate out of the way. I'll take that back. You don't have a deep knee bend because that is going to bang into the back. So you got a little bit of bend right there. There's a thigh rotation. The feet can move up and down. And really, that's about it. Another big truck going by. So there's your articulation. It's not bad, but could be better. I'm not a fan of how he won't stand up. Now let's get into the weaponry. He's got the same weapon gimmick that Prime had, where you just yank off the forearm, just like so, and then you can attach the weapon. And it looks all right, but I'm not a big fan of how it looks on Barricade. It's too skinny. Prime's worked. He had a big rifle. Barricade, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't like the looks of that. And another thing that's a little disappointing with this guy, let me go ahead and put his arm back on, is, well, no, we'll leave it off for a second. You can store the weapon on his back. There's a peg right there on the side. Slot that in so you have weapon storage if you're not using the weapon attached to his arm. But if you are using the weapon, it fits in there tight. Everything on this guy is nice and tight. The arm has a peg right there, and unfortunately it doesn't. I take that back. That's the first time that worked. So yeah, you can store the arm on his back with his weapon. So there we go. Now we have Barricade all armed and ready for battle and not wanting to stand up. So that was a surprise. This is the first time that arm has slotted in. I was afraid to force it. I thought I was going to mess that up, give it some stress fractures, but it worked. So now let's go ahead and get Barricade transformed into his vehicle mode. Get the arm reattached. Transformation's pretty cool with this guy. First thing we're going to do is rotate the arms around, or the forearms around, just like so. Then you've got this little flap here you're going to open up. Actually, we should do this first. There are flaps right here. They'll open up a little wider if you don't turn the arms around. Take his hand and rotate it to where the fingers are facing out, and then slot those in. That way this will shut up. If you don't rotate those around, the hands aren't going to fit, and those panels won't shut. So do the same thing here. Get the hand inside. Get in there. Fingers catch. So there we go. Now rotate these forearms, and be careful with the right arm. You don't want it to pop off. So now we have that going on. Now you've got these sections right here on the legs, these hip sections. You're going to untab these. They tab in right there. Untab those and rotate. Let's see. This way. Rotate them toward you and flip that around so it kind of lines up just like so. Fold the feet back and then rotate at the waist. So there you go. Now you can actually peg the legs together. Bring these sections up. Legs are going to peg together right there. Bring these up. You can peg these to get these little flaps, leg flaps. You can peg those together as well. Now what you're going to do is bring the arms down at the shoulders. You want to line up. There's a slot right there. There's a peg and a slot. Line that peg up to that slot, and then try to get the arms over the little peg right there. It works easier. Try to get it in at the same time. I have transformed this guy multiple times, and of course when on camera, that's when it gives you a fit. So there's that one. Bring the arm down, slot it in. Come on. There we go, give it a squeeze, and as you can see, I missed the tab right there, so try again. There we go. So now, you've got this look going on. He's kind of got a Beast Machines look now. Take the backpack, unpeg it, flip it up and over, and it has these pegs right here. They're going to slot in. There's some pegs right inside there. So get that lined up. Everything squeezed together. And there you have Barricade in his vehicle mode. And this is actually a nice, solid vehicle, and I really like the looks of it. He's got a hell of an engine back there on the back, and he looks really good. I like the details with the purple, the silver, the light gray, big purple Decepticon insignia right there, and the black. It just looks really, really good. Got some yellow accents there. I love the front end. I mean, that can do some damage. It kind of looks like a battering ram. Vehicle rolls really, really good too. Only complaint with vehicle mode, I hate the clipped-on wheels. They detract so much from the figure. Big square peg or square hole right there. You can plug in the weapon. As you can see, there's a square peg there. Plug that in. And that doesn't look too bad. Usually with a weapon attached, the vehicle just looks off. Not with Barricade. I think that looks really, really good. And unlike Prime, you don't have fists hanging out. You really don't have a lot of robot junk at all. I mean, he's a nice, compact, solid vehicle. So there you go, guys. Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade. And now for some quick size comparisons. Here is Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade with Generation 1 Megatron, Generation 1 Barricade. Yes, this is what Barricade looked like in G1, the 2007 movie Barricade, and Earthrise Barricade. Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade is an okay figure. Robot mode definitely has some issues. He's way too top heavy, tends to fall over, no heel spurs to help fix that problem. Do not like the arm gun weapon. It just looks weird on him. I'd rather have my Transformers hold their weapons. I understand that that's how it is in the game, but I'd rather have an option. You know, put the little peg where I can attach it to his arm and have a handle so I can go either way. Vehicle mode is really good though. It's nice and solid, doesn't have robot bits hanging off. You don't see the fist, rolls really good. The only complaint with that is, of course, the clip-on wheels. So there you go, guys. Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade. So, does a Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Barricade belong in your collection? Well, if you're a fan of the games, probably. I mean, I'm a huge Barricade fan. I've got way more Barricade figures than what I showed in the comparisons on this video. And to me, he just doesn't look like Barricade. He needs to look like an evil police officer. And, you know, like I said, this is probably how he looked in the game. And I don't know. Plus, robot mode is just, it's plagued with these issues with him not being able to stand up. And it's funny that I bragged and bragged about the really tight joints he has, except for the friggin' feet. The feet are loose, and that's where he collapses when you try to stand him up. Vehicle mode I dig. I think vehicle mode is really cool. So, I don't know. This is a figure that if you want, I would say wait for him to go on clearance. I mean, he's good, not great. Now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members because it is your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again, guys, this is Patriot Prime signing out. Hooah!